What's in your snack jar might be hurting you. You've heard it before. Nuts are healthy, eat more of them. So you do. A handful here. A small bowl before bed. Sometimes they're the only thing you actually feel like eating. They're easy, crunchy, full of good fats, and the internet says they're great for your heart and brain. But what if that little jar of mixed nuts in your kitchen isn't helping you at all? What if some of those nuts, the ones you've trusted for years, are quietly raising your blood pressure, weakening your memory, or even putting stress on your liver? For adults over 65, the truth about nuts is more complicated than it seems. Some are incredible allies for your bones, brain, and digestion. Others, not so friendly. And the worst part? Most people don't even realize which is which. In this video, we're not just telling you which nuts are good or bad. We're going deeper into the science of how certain nuts help or harm aging bodies, and how to make the smartest, safest choices for your strength, your sleep, and your longevity. If you're new here, welcome to Wise Living. We're a place for older adults and those who love them to feel informed, inspired, and empowered. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and stay with me to the end, because the nut we reveal last is one that almost no one talks about, and it could be doing more damage than you think. Number 1, almonds, a crunchy ally for bones, brain, and family moments. First on our list, a nut you probably already know but might not fully appreciate. Almonds. To most people, almonds are just a healthy snack, but to older adults, they're so much more. Let's start with the basics. Almonds are rich in calcium, magnesium, and vitamin E, a trio that supports bone density, heart health, and brain function. After age 65, bone loss speeds up. That's why fractures become more dangerous. They take longer to heal and often lead to complications. But just a quarter cup of almonds can deliver nearly 100 milligrams of calcium, along with magnesium, a mineral that helps calcium go where it's needed, your bones, not your arteries. Vitamin E, found in high amounts in almonds, especially with their skins on, is a powerful antioxidant. It helps protect brain cells from oxidative damage, slowing down age-related cognitive decline. Tufts University studies have shown that regular almond consumption may help reduce memory loss in seniors. But there's more than just nutrients here. Almonds are a chance to connect. In many cultures, elders crack almonds by hand, with a small hammer, a towel, a smile, and often a grandchild by their side. That simple action, it strengthens more than bones. It builds memories. Want to make this even more powerful? Here's what we suggest. Choose almonds with skins. The flavonoids in the skin multiply vitamin E's effect. Buy from trusted sources. California almonds are famous for quality. Store in glass jars in the fridge to preserve their delicate oils. Skip salted or honey-coated ones. Go for raw or dry roasted, unsalted. And if you have leftover shells, crush them and add to your garden soil. They enrich the earth with calcium and make a beautiful mulch. A small way to care for the planet while caring for yourself. If chewing is hard, soak almonds overnight to soften. Blend into smoothies or slice into warm oatmeal. A small handful daily, 15 to 20 almonds, is all you need. It's not just about food. It's about choosing nourishment that protects your independence. Do you or someone in your family enjoy almonds regularly? Let us know in the comments below, and stay with me, because up next is a nut that looks just like the brain, and turns out it protects it too. Number 2, walnuts, the brain-shaped nut that truly feeds your mind. Look closely at a walnut. Its shape is no accident. It mirrors the folds of the human brain, and turns out its benefits are just as powerful as its symbolism. Walnuts are one of the most studied brain foods in modern nutrition, and the science behind them is nothing short of astonishing. Let's start with omega-3s, specifically ALA, the plant-based form. Your brain is nearly 60% fat, and omega-3s are the kind of fat your brain loves. They help maintain the structure of neurons, improve communication between brain cells, and support memory and mental clarity, especially important as we age. One clinical study showed that seniors who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily experienced improvements in cognitive processing speed in as little as 8 weeks. But it doesn't stop there. Walnuts are rich in polyphenols, powerful compounds that help protect the brain from inflammation and oxidative stress. They may even help reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia by crossing the blood-brain barrier and calming the inflammation inside neural tissues. They also contain melatonin, a natural hormone that helps regulate sleep. And as we age, our melatonin production drops, leading to poor sleep, which in turn worsens cognitive decline and mood. One tip? Try having a few walnuts in the evening with a cup of warm milk or banana slices to support better sleep and brain recovery overnight. And for your heart, walnuts contain arginine, an amino acid that helps blood vessels relax and function properly. This improves circulation, not just to your legs or arms, but to your brain. To get the most out of walnuts, store them in the fridge. Their healthy oils spoil quickly. Eat 7 to 9 walnut halves per day, raw or dry roasted, never oil roasted. Keep the skin on. That slight bitterness, it's from antioxidants. Don't buy in bulk unless you refrigerate. Freshness matters. Make cracking walnuts part of your day. Set a bowl on the table, invite your grandkids to help. Let them count, crack, smile. It's more than nutrition. It's bonding, it's memory, and it's honoring the wisdom in your hands. Drop a comment if walnuts are part of your daily routine, and don't go anywhere, because in the next part, we'll talk about a nut that protects your eyes and blood pressure, and how it naturally slows you down in the best possible way. The 3. Pistachios, the gentle nut that guards your heart, eyes, and pace of life. Of all the nuts on our list, pistachios might just be the most quietly powerful. They don't shout for attention. They're smaller, softer, subtle. But what they lack in flash, they make up for in profound benefits, especially for adults over 65. Let's talk about blood pressure first. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason, and pistachios, with their unique balance of nutrients, are like nature's soft defense. They're low in sodium and rich in potassium, 2 minerals that work in harmony to support cardiovascular function. In fact, just 1 ounce of pistachios contains around 285 milligrams of potassium, about as much as a small banana, which helps relax blood vessels and reduce systolic pressure by 3 to 5 points, similar to the effect of some medications but without side effects. For seniors, this gentle regulation is huge, especially those already managing blood pressure meds. But pistachios don't stop there. They're also loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 plant pigments that concentrate in the macula of the eye, the very center of your vision. These compounds are your first line of defense against age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. Adding just a handful of pistachios a day can slow that process and preserve clarity for the simple joys: reading labels, watching birds, seeing your grandchild's face clearly. But the beauty of pistachios isn't just in nutrients, it's in how we eat them. You don't gobble pistachios. You pause, you crack the shell, you think. This slow act of eating is a kind of mindfulness therapy, a moment of peace in the day. It naturally limits overeating and gives your brain time to catch up with your stomach. Seniors with arthritis can opt for pre-cracked or half-open pistachios, or even blend them into yogurt, oatmeal, or banana slices. Buying tip: choose unsalted, dry roasted, or raw pistachios. Avoid green-colored salted mixes. Those often have artificial dyes and high sodium. Store pistachios in an airtight container in the fridge to preserve their healthy oils and keep them crisp. Don't toss the shells. They make beautiful mulch for garden beds or houseplants, a subtle way to protect the earth, just like pistachios protect your heart. Want a fun idea? Create a shell counting game with the grandkids. Whoever eats the slowest wins. Because in this chapter of life, slowing down is strength. Stay with me, because in the next section, we'll meet a nut so powerful, you only need 1 per day to feel the difference. And no, it's not about protein, it's about something much deeper: your thyroid, your nerves, and even your cellular aging. Number 4, Brazil nuts, the one nut that powers your thyroid, nerves, and cellular youth. Here's a nut that doesn't ask for much, but gives back so much more. Brazil nuts may not be as common on pantry shelves, but for seniors, they are a quiet revolution. Just 1 Brazil nut contains over 130% of your daily selenium, a mineral essential for activating thyroid hormones. the messengers that control your metabolism, energy, and even mood. As we age, thyroid function tends to decline, often silently. Fatigue becomes just part of getting old. Brain fog, slow metabolism, dry skin, poor sleep, they sneak in and settle down. But sometimes what we call aging is really just a nutrient gap. That's where Brazil nuts shine. Selenium doesn't just support thyroid balance. It also helps maintain the myelin sheath, the protective covering around nerves that keeps your reflexes sharp and your movements coordinated. And perhaps most surprising of all, Brazil nuts may help protect your telomeres, the tiny end caps of your chromosomes that naturally shorten with age, leading to cellular aging. Some studies now suggest that the antioxidants in Brazil nuts may slow this process, supporting not just how long you live, but how well. So how many should you eat? Only 1 to 2 per day. These nuts are incredibly rich, and more is not better. Too much selenium can backfire. Eat them raw, unsalted, preferably in the shell for longer shelf life. Keep them in the fridge, as their healthy oils can go rancid at room temperature. And yes, the shells. They're hard, but biodegradable, and can be crushed for mulch in potted plants, giving back to the soil that gave us this powerful food. Pair your Brazil nut with something light, a piece of fruit, a morning tea, a quiet moment. This isn't a loud food. It's a grounding one. Have you ever tried Brazil nuts? Or noticed shifts in energy or focus after adding selenium? Let us know in the comments. And stay close, because next, we'll look at 4 popular nuts that many people believe are healthy, but may be quietly sabotaging your heart, blood sugar, and memory. 4 popular nuts that may quietly be hurting your health after 65. Now that we've explored the nuts that nourish, it's time to talk about the ones that might be secretly working against you. Because not all nuts are created equal, especially for aging bodies. Let's start with one you probably eat the most. 1. Peanuts. They're cheap, they're everywhere. And technically, not even a nut, they're legumes. But the issue isn't just semantics. Peanuts are among the most mold-prone foods, often carrying aflatoxins, natural toxins that can harm the liver, raise cancer risk, and may affect cognition as we age. They're also very high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can increase inflammation, especially dangerous for seniors dealing with arthritis, heart strain, or memory issues. If you're on blood thinners, peanuts, due to their vitamin K content, may interfere with medications like warfarin. Worse still, commercial peanut butter often includes hydrogenated oils, excess salt, and added sugars, turning a healthy snack into a processed health hazard. 2. Cashews feel elegant. They're buttery, soft, and delicious, but they're also high in carbs and oxalates, which can raise blood sugar and interfere with calcium absorption. For seniors at risk of osteoporosis or kidney stones, this is a real concern. They also contain enzyme inhibitors that make it harder to digest protein, something already challenging for older adults. And due to their creamy texture, they're easy to overeat and even pose a choking hazard for those with swallowing issues. 3. Macadamia nuts. Rich, but risky. Macadamias are the most calorie-dense nuts on this list, about 200 calories per ounce, with high saturated fat content. That's tough for seniors managing weight, cholesterol, or existing gallbladder issues. They're also very hard, potentially harmful for anyone with crowns, bridges, or fragile teeth. And because they're expensive, many older adults buy them in bulk, but store them at room temperature, where their oils go rancid, producing harmful oxidized fats. 4. Pine nuts. They seem harmless, small, elegant, but pine nuts are one of the worst nuts for seniors due to their drug interactions. They may interfere with statins, blood pressure meds, antidepressants, all commonly prescribed for adults over 65. They also carry a condition called pine mouth, a metallic taste that lingers for weeks, which can cause loss of appetite and unwanted weight loss. Their oils oxidize quickly, and they're easy to aspirate for those with dry mouth or swallowing issues. So what can you do? You don't have to eliminate these nuts entirely, but moderation, awareness, and better alternatives can make a big difference. Instead of peanuts, try almonds or pistachios. Instead of cashews, go for walnuts or sunflower seeds. Instead of macadamias, opt for Greek yogurt or a boiled egg. Instead of pine nuts, flavor your meals with herbs, olive oil, or flax seeds. Which of these surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And stick with me, because in the final part of this video, I'll bring everything together into a simple daily habit that could protect your strength, your independence, and your joy. Starting today. Your choices matter, even now, especially now. So here we are. We've cracked open more than just nuts today. We've cracked open truths about what nourishes us, what quietly harms us, and how small daily choices can make a big difference in how we live and how we feel. If there's one message I hope you carry with you, it's this. You're not too old to improve your health. You're not too late to feel stronger. And you're not alone in trying. Maybe today you'll swap one nut for another, or maybe you'll start a new habit, not out of fear, but out of love. Love for the years ahead, love for your family, and love for the body that's carried you this far. I'd love to know, which nut surprised you the most, or which habit are you thinking of trying? Share this video with someone you care about. You never know, they might be waiting for a small nudge of hope. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Wise Living, where every week we share not just health advice, but respect, dignity, and compassion for the journey you're on. Because here we don't just talk about living longer, we talk about living better, with presence, with purpose, and with peace. We're right here with you. Not all nuts are created equal, especially for older adults. In this video, we reveal 4 powerful nuts that support bones, memory, sleep, and heart health, and 4 common ones that could silently harm your blood pressure, cognition, or digestion. You'll learn the brain-shaped nut that boosts memory, a daily nut that strengthens your bones and eases constipation, which nut can support thyroid function and protect nerve health, the dangerous effects of peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts. Plus, how to choose, store, and eat nuts the right way after 60, without choking hazards or extra salt. Share this with someone you care about. These small changes can make a big difference. Subscribe for more compassionate, science-backed content every week from Wise Living. Because healthy aging isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. Wise Living, we're right here with you.